As we have been talking about our vasana, our impressions, our habitual error, which is something cannot be ignored, also cannot be encouraged either. By ignoring, we make it or push it to our subconscious mind. Like the example of a great sadhu visiting other Guru Bhai's ashram and discovered that all his disciples are well trained, well behaved, well managed. And of course his Guru Bhai very nicely introduced, look how my students are, how my disciples are. And afterwards when both of them were talking, somehow the Guru could make out that his Guru Bhai, the one who has come outside, was not happy. So he asked him, what made you to become happy? Did we go wrong? Have I done anything wrong? Why are you not happy? And of course this Guru Bhai, the great sadhu, said, look, I am really very much disappointed for something. What is the reason? What is the cause? He said, look, let me put it in a different way, differently. How? Now we are here. Now the cottage that is away from us, remember cottage those days means only thatched roof, okay, not like cemented. Now while sitting here we discover that there is some smoke is coming out. And we too are sitting here. What should we do? He said, definitely we will go inside, try to see what is happening, where is the fire, and try to separate. If we cannot separate, at least whatever valuable things we'll take away from the cottage. First we'll try our best to remove the source of smoke. If we cannot figure it out, till we figure it out, we'll try our best. Suppose we discover that no, it is almost impossible to remove the source of smoke. So we will not have any other choice other than taking out most valuable things that is inside the cottage. At least we'll make sure all the valuable things are out. Of course the Acharya, the other Guru Bhai said, thank you. Definitely you will never put some more, weight thatch on the top to cover it up. He said, definitely not, because the smoke may come down, but definitely God knows what's going to happen. It's uncertainty, probability. Thank you very much. This is what I am observing with your disciples, with your students. They have a lot of smoke within. So instead of getting into seeing the source of the smoke, the confusion, okay? So here is a vasana. Concept is a vasana. So instead of looking into the source of smoke, I feel in the name of discipline, you are trying to put more touch, more straw on it so that to cover up the smoke or to subside the smoke. Will it work? So also the vasana. That is how we all are taking birth. Remember this point very carefully. I am born, you are born. All of us are born because of our vasana. And this vasana actually joins us. The relationship that we all have again is connected to vasana. So the vasana plays a very big role in our life. It is exactly like as I told you in the computer. When the data is being stored, heavy data are being stored in a computer, how the pointers are there? It never gets stored in one place. Different places, but there is a pointer. You can make out. So how this pointer links data from one to another? That's why we say data is, not recoverable. Why? Because somewhere the pointer is missing. Can you see this pointer? The file is corrupted. File is not corrupted. Remember, the pointer is missing. It's very simple logic. Same thing also Vasana. So Vasana works exactly like pointer. It always connects all of us. So the way we are connected with reference to relationship, this, that, everything is completely related to Vasana. That's why when a new type of Vasana comes in me, my relationship changes. Can you see this point? It is exactly like people are like, Chinese noodle. I have a beautiful example, okay? What is the, greatness in Chinese noodle? Chinese noodle, if you look at the packet, whatever, it is not mixed, okay? Salt will be one place, funny taste will be in another place, spice will be in another place, water will be another place. You understand? Noodles. So what happens if you do not mix properly? You lift from one place, only salt. You will feel like, throwing it. You pick another place, only spice. Then you get fed up, then take water, then finally you throw everything. Okay, enough. So that's why Chinese noodle means what? You have to shake it well, make sure or stir it properly, so that make sure everything is mixed so that you will have a better taste. You understand? So also in our life we have different packages of Vasana. Can you see this point? So when the Vasana changes, this is what the multiple personality, split personality. Split personality means what? Vasanas have no almost link. It's done two hard disks parallelly running. You understand? Or in the same hard disk, C drive, D drive. So, based on the Vasana, our relationship, our ambience, our surroundings, anything and everything changes. Remember this point. That's why one has to be very clear and careful with reference to Vasana. Keeping this, let us continue few verses today, okay? Or else it has become too stretched, too much stretched. Verse number 288. Ghatakasam mahakasam ivatmanam paratmanim. Ghatakasam mahakase, it should be Ghatakasam mahakase, E is there. Ivatmanam paratmanim vilapya khandabhavena tushni bhava sadhamunim. Says beautifully, O Mune, O says, tushning sada bhavaiti. So tushni means what? Very peaceful. Sada, of course, always. Be always peaceful. And how to become? Very simple. Atmanam paratmani vilapya akhanda bhavena. So what you need to do is, so Atmanam means the body-mind complex. Here Atma means body-mind complex, individuality, the Jiva. Now Paratmani means the absolute truth, the absolute self. Vilapya, merging, joining, How akhanda bhavena iti. Without any difference. When a person realizes, and of course the context is that contemplation is going on, definitely the person becomes very peaceful all the time. Because whenever and wherever, that is what morning we are discussing, there is limitation, there is division, there is difference, there is problem and pain. The best example is whenever any foreign particle enters in our eyes, what does the eye do? Eye tries its best to remove it through the tears. And slowly if you discover that foreign particle becomes part of the system, absolute no problem. So that is how all the virus, in the beginning it creates issues, then later on it becomes part of your system. If you look at your body, how many viruses you have, God only knows. So that is how here is same thing. So wherever there is difference, limitation, they are only problem. So here the limitations, the difference is being removed. How is it to be removed? He gives the example. Ghatakasham mahakasya iva. It's a beautiful example. So the space that is in a pot and the space in the space. So how it merges? How there is oneness? There is no merging actually, as though merging. How there is oneness? That's the best point. Now, if you are a common person, first of all, now tell me, the space is in pot or pot is in the space? In reality, the pot is in space. But we say, no. Space is in the pot. This is what our expression. However, second step we need to look at. In order to understand that how the space in the pot is not different from the space in the space. In fact, both are one and same. To understand this, is it necessary for you to break the pot to understand this? Suppose if you want to break the pot to understand it, definitely you are a buddhu, no buddhi at all. Correct? Now coming back, to understand me as Paramatma, is it necessary for me to give up this body, to die? All religious people talk that and you accept gracefully, happily. You understand? Vaikuntha. Kailasa, now it is Kailasa. Heaven, I don't know what other things they do talk, okay? Each one talks in their own way. So, coming to the point here, how the space that is in, even though we talk, space is in pot, being in the pot, but is not different from the space that is in the space. So also me, being in this body-mind complex, associated with this body-mind complex, in fact, I am the totality. How this example of pot space and total space, so also me and the totality. That clarity has to come. Once that clarity comes, then only I will see the growth or the indifference, or you can say the maturity in me. And until and unless this is being strengthened in me, that long my mind will be restless. My mind cannot be peaceful either. Next. Swaprakasamadhishthanam soyam bhuya sadatmana sadatmana brahmandamapi pindandam tyajantam malabhandavatam. Says beautifully. See, Tyajatam Malabhandavat. So one should, how you reject. So that is nowadays the impurities in the vessel is not there. How you reject dustbin, okay? Will you ever try to put your hand in somebody's dustbin? At least you can put hand in your own dustbin because you know at least what is there, your problem, okay? So nobody carries others' dustbin to one's own room unless your mind is not, you understand, unless something is wrong in you, okay? So that means very happily you really discard. Nowadays, very nicely somebody said, very unfortunate thing, really I feel sorry for it. This is what the China is doing. Because these are the things we have to know, we have to update ourselves. If you observe the countries like Israel, mainly, where the youngsters are busy in creativity. That time country like India, Italy of course, and many other countries, these boys and girls are busy in TikTok. Which is very unfortunate. And what is there in TikTok? This China product earns money, takes the data, wastes us. Our life is wasted. Because once any boys and girls in TikTok, they cannot do anything in their life. Life is gone. They make some easy money quickly. Some people are smart, they make some easy money, but life is gone. I was shocked to see one song. I cannot really explain the song. Girl is small girl, okay? Both parents are teaching her through the TikTok how to dance with a song. Horrible song, okay? And now the child doesn't understand the meaning of the song. Tomorrow when the child understands the meaning of the song, what will happen? What sort of child that means the personality of the child definitely will have no meaning at all. Which is very unfortunate to see. Because why I come to know all these things, because when social media, even if I don't subscribe, I am not part of it, this TikTok is full. And the worst thing is, earlier some men was coming, now, elderly women started coming in TikTok. Well, I don't know. People don't have anything, especially during this COVID. People are crazy to do something. They want attention. Which is a really very unfortunate thing to say. Somebody said very nicely, which is a truth also. The previous generation, let us say our generation, have done well, very well. Indian generation I am talking about, very well in the West or all over the world. Do you know why? We did not use a calculator. We remembered tables. Now present generation started using calculator. Once you start using calculator, remember your math. You understand? And every time you need, minimum math. When you go to the shop, I remember, I cannot tell you, really, sometimes I get shocked. I asked somebody, go and buy something. Fellow could not properly calculate. I said, what are you doing? Hey. I said, what? No, we are interested in Google Pay so that computer or bank keeps the track. You understand what I am trying to say? I am not telling you jokes. Give children, present generation, give some money. They will not able to calculate properly. They will make some mistake and come back. Because math is poor. Remember, minimum things they don't learn. How the calculator has destroyed the life and thinking capacity. Also, all these things. Why I am highlighting this point is that really we need to see where this world is moving. However, coming back to the point, let us not waste our time. That Swaprakasha Adhisthana Swayambhutam Sadahatma. So here one has to understand that I am Swaprakasha, self-luminous. I don't need any appreciation or any light from others. You understand? So me being the self-luminous Brahman, and interestingly, I am the foundation of everything. I am the substrate, Adhisthana. And of course, what I need to do here, he says, look, knowing this Brahmandam and Pindandam, these two words, both macrocosm, the totality, and Pindandam, microcosm, means this Jagat is Jagat when I look at me as an individual. Or else there is no Jagat for me. There is Karanam because I am carrier. There is something called cause because I happen to be product. So the differences are there as long as I consider myself that I am different. Can you see this point? If I am not different, how come there will be differences? It is exactly like the wave and ocean. The wave, it considers that is wave because of small name and form. Then definitely there is ocean. Bigger name, bigger form, or because of bigger form there is a name. But if the wave itself considers I am no more a wave, I am indeed water. Now tell me, where is wave and where is ocean? Is there anything called wave in front of the water? From the standpoint of the water, there is nothing called wave. There is nothing called what? As ocean. So also Pindanda and Brahmanda. Next verse. Chidatmani sadanande deharudha maho deharudhamaham dhiyam nivesya linga sutrujya nivesya linga mutsrujya kevalo bhava sarvada. So kevalaha bhava sarvada. So kevala means without anything, means only one thing. That oneness. Bhava sarvada. That means be always oneness. And how? He says, look, generally, if you observe, why you are not able to appreciate the oneness in you? Because of what? Even though in reality, you are what? Sadananda. And of course, Chit Atman, Sat Chit Ananda it is. Even though you are Sat, the existence, Ananda, happiness, Chit, awareness, the consciousness. Still what happens? Because of Deharudham Aham Dhiyamiti. So because of the identification with what? With Deha. Of course, when say Deha, body, mind complex. So body, mind complex, there is identification, me, I get into this, me. Now, because of that reason, definitely I consider that I am different. Now he says, look, one is supposed to grow out of this. Not only with reference to gross body called Deha, also with reference to Linga Sharira, with reference to body, mind, with reference to mind and its complexes. So when the person is able to grow out of it, or seeing the limitations of, or makes sure that there is no identification or does not get carried away with this body mind complexes. Yes, it will happen. Remember, as long as the body is there, as long as the mind is there, we will have some type of complex. Remember this part. But how I am working with it, how every time, I am really doing, that actually matters a lot. I'll tell you very nicely. Long back, one incident happened. Because all this, lot of things, all my examples related to my, teenage period. Because that time I have explored a lot. So, in those days, so there was a place which I really respected, very nice. In fact, many times I quote that, about that sadhu, who was a prince and then he became sadhu. Many times I have quoted in different occasions. In fact, he was a great inspirer for me. So he was staying, because his samadhi place and his all about place was in a hillock, very nice place. And I was told those days, like those sadhus, those who stay there, they are very, elevated sadhus. You may believe it or not, once I went there. Because I was, that time literally doing guru shopping, okay? Not like present day guru shopping, okay? Seriously, I was doing guru shopping because, I look at many aspects, many things altogether. I reached there. And of course, along with me, always one or two guys will be there, okay? And some of them, sometimes rowdy guys comes with me. That's another part of my life was what else to do, because I need somebody to come with me. We reached there. Somehow, climbing, up to the hillock. We were so thirsty. So we did not know, because those days there was no water over there, so only something they managed somehow. As usual, our guys, literally made a big noise and shouted to get some water. And of course, one sadhu came and all these things. Then finally, this fellow also started scolding, because these fellows are good for nothing. They did it. And you may believe it or not, that sadhu got so angry. And when he got angry, his face and everything became so red. Because he had never expected that he will be scolded for no reason. You understand? And our fellows are capable of doing all these things. But in fact, after that, I bend down. I really, I'm sorry, please. These fellows are good for nothing. Please, I scolded him. Get out, you guys. Nothing to do. You may believe it or not, later on what happened you cannot think of. In fact, we got the best lassi, everything best they gave us, okay? That is secondary thing, what we got it later on. Now the question is, I am not judging the sadhu here. My question is, everything is fantastic when you are in your place. Have you not observed? When you are in your house, in your space, they say, I am in my space. I don't want to allow to invade anybody my space. Hey, you are crazy, okay? Please fix your screw. Please. Because you are comfortable in your place. Fantastic. Hey, remember, ant also is comfortable in its place. You understand? Forget about ant. Even if you know the worm, I don't want which worm, okay? You know better what I mean, okay? That worm also is very comfortable in its place. Now what is the difference between that worm and you? That's why once in a while one is supposed to go out of one's own comfort zone. That is must. Remember, if you don't go out of your comfort zone, after death you will become ghost hanging around there. You understand? I'm not telling you jokes. And of course this corona has destroyed further people. You understand? Nobody wants to go out of the comfort zone. Youngsters, I am comfortable in my home, and before to go out they ask 10 times, should I come, should I not come? You understand? Please understand, you need to go out of your comfort zone, or else you cannot see your growth at all. Remember, this is the most important point. And also allowing others not to invade, to accommodate in your zone, comfort zone. Or else, remember, fantastic, you are a fantastic person. Because, hey, you understand, everything is taken care as per your way. I see myself, to be very honest. This time when I had been to Orissa, to be very honest, I was, first day I said, oh, how to stay here? First thought came, how to, then another thought came, who are you? You have a place, there is a roof, lie down, rest, what is there? In fact, after that thought, I enjoyed the most. Suppose had I compromised, this is what we do. We slowly get compromised, then we get acquainted. You understand? This is a wrong attitude. It's unhealthy attitude. There is nothing wrong. Unhealthy attitude. In 1 second, I must fix my mind and continue. That is called understanding. Yes, Swamiji, I only fix in 1 second when there is something negative, okay? Not with reference to positive. I'm sorry, Swamiji, please keep your teaching with you. You do not know me, okay? Okay, then I'll say thank you very much. Let us continue next, okay? No, sorry, yeah. Then, Nivesya Lingam Utsujya Kevala, only be with yourself. Next verse, please let us go ahead because I am supposed to see few verses today. Yatreisha Jagata Bhasa Darpanantah Puram Yatha Tad Brahmahamiti Gyatva Krutakrityo Bhavishyasi. Very good. Says, look, Yatra Yesa Jagata Bhasa. Wherever you see the illusion of this universe, and what is that? Says, look, Darpananta Puram Yatha. It is exactly, you see, when a city is reflected in a mirror. Sometimes we give another example also. That is seeing the cloud and visualizing different way. So when different cloud comes, how especially I enjoy, to be very honest, especially in rainy season, when you are flying, better to take the window seat. This is what I do it, okay? Rainy season means I love window seat. Why? Not for anything else, just to observe the cloud. So you are above the cloud. And when you look down, so you can see different type of cities have tall building, this building, that building, different shapes. So in the cloud different, but what happens in a second again changes. It's a very nice way of really observing. In fact, it gives a beautiful way of looking at things all together. In fact, sometimes I really like to spend more time. Sometimes I don't remember, like I am flying, because I'll think, wow, nice. By that time, so the time is to land, okay? Especially short distance, somehow I like it. Only in winter. Of course, only in rainy season. And of course, there is job, okay? You understand? That you should see what difficulties or hell you go through. Coming back to the point. Here gives another example, like the reflection of a city in a mirror. Now you are seeing it. From one angle, everything is visible. If the mirror changes, then what happens? Now, the direction of the city also changes. Can you see this point? Or you change. Automatically you will discover your most important place in the city is not visible. Some other things what is not important is visible. So how it happens? Same thing also with the reference to we and our creation. So that means this universe is basically like reflection in a mirror, illusion based. That's why what happens? Aham Brahmaiti Gyatva. Knowing that I am Brahman, Krutyaha Krutakrutyah Bhavishyati. So Krutakritya is a very beautiful word. The one who has understood that there is nothing to be done in his life or her life. When you come to a conclusion, the understanding that says there is nothing for me to do. I have not taken contract to do anything for anybody. Neither for God, starting with, nor for the society, nor for my guru, nor for my parents, nor for anybody. But at the same time, I can do anything and everything for everybody. Can you see this point? What else to do? I cannot keep quiet. As long as body mind is there, as long as my prarabdha continues, it's like, even if you have switched off the fan, still the fan will keep moving. And as long as fan keeps moving, some air breeze will come. So prarabdha will make this body to continue. So then means what? Let me do whatever best can be done. But deep within, the understanding is what? There is nothing for me to do. There is nothing to achieve in my life. Then you can say, Swamiji, if this is the case, I will be completely disoriented. If there is nothing to achieve in life, that means I will have nothing to do. What are you talking? It's a dangerous thing. In voidness, I will get into voidness. Who says? In fact, as long as you think there is something to achieve, that long you cannot do the best. Whereas, when you discover there is nothing to achieve, you will deliver the best. How? There is a beautiful story goes. How far it is true, we do not know. Tansen was supposed to be one of the best singer those days. They say, when Tansen starts singing one particular ragam, the rain starts raining. And of course, those days, all the singers, best singers were being, encouraged, patronized by the king. So one day the king said, well, you are such a great person, great singer. Really, I have never come across such a great singer in my life. You are the best. He said, sorry, I am not the best. In fact, in front of my guru, I am nobody. The king got surprised. What? In front of your guru, you are nobody. You being so good, you say nobody. That means your guru must be great. Will you please call him? I would like to listen to him. Tansen said, this is the difference between me and my guru. I sing song to please you. But he sings song when he is pleased. I sing song to get few coins or recognition or appreciation from you and others. When he is appreciating himself, that time he starts singing. Then, how to do it? I would like to listen to. There is a possibility. Sometimes depends upon his mood. It's not that easy. Early morning, almost every day he sings. But with one condition, when we reach, he should not know that somebody is listening to him. That too, you as a king. No chance. You will stop it. Sometimes it has happened to me. As long as I was a student over there, I was busy doing many other things. He used to sing. The moment he starts singing that I am listening to him, he stops. If this condition is okay for you, maybe we can plan. And of course the king and this Samson went one day. From a distance they could hear, and after that by the time they reached the place, the singing stopped. They were really frustrated. The king was really frustrated. But he could not keep quiet. Next day again went. Hidingly, very carefully, listened. And he said, what such a beauty. I have never thought of that this sort of singing can happen. Tansen said, this is the difference between me and my guru. He does because he is pleased. There is nothing to achieve. But I do because there is something to be achieved. This is called understanding. You understand? Whenever, or you can ask yourself, why you are fluctuating in your life? Because you are target oriented. Because you are goal oriented. You are expectation driven person. Can you see this point? So what is your target? What is your goal? Is completely based on your expectation. That's why you are happy, you are frustrated. But there is no growth. Can you see this point? So your graph is always mountain valley, mountain valley. And if you try to look at, if you see mountain valley, and try to measure, so how many meters from the sea? Almost you are always in the sea level. You understand? There is no growth. Whereas if you start climbing slowly, inclined plane, even if every day you climb just 1 feet, not even 1 meter, you discover in 1 month time, or 1 year time, or 10 years of time, how many meters you have climbed up. Can you see this point? Sometimes you don't have to climb whole day. Just walk on the plain surface, nothing. At least you are not falling down at all. That is how the life, that is what the truth is supposed to be. Can you see this point? Then only we can see the beauty in our life. So that's why, let me do because I can do, not looking at the target and other things. That's why, Kruta Krutya Bhavishyasya. You will become one, no? You will become someone. There is nothing to be achieved by you. Means you have achieved everything at a stretch. That's why you don't feel challenged. You don't feel uncomfortable. In fact, there will be compassion. There will be a lot of empathy for others. And of course, with your vasana, let us not forget that, okay? With your vasana, you will continue. That's why, again, work on to improve or not to come under the spell of vasana. With this, okay, one more verse we can see, so that we'll stop it, okay? Yat satyabhutam nijarupamadyam Chiddvayananda marupamakriyam Tadetya mithya vapurut sujeta Sailu savadvesa mupatamatmanaham. Very good. He gives a beautiful example that Shailu Shabat. Shailu Shabat means literally like any actor or any joker or anybody on the drama, on a theatre, being covered with a different type of vesham, different type of mask, different type of dress. And once that person removes it, Ussujeta, definitely the person never goes back to that role. But there are people in India, we have, Kutte Kamine. Okay, there is one actor, okay. Those who understand, they can understand, okay. Any movie, because he's a movie actor, any movie, that Kutte Kamine has to come from his mouth. Even if there is no script, this will be added in the script. And every actress and actress in English also, everywhere, they have their own word. You understand, the big fellows. Whether you like it or not, that will come automatically. And where did they pick up? Don't ask me. I don't want to talk, okay? That's not good at all. So how this happens? Same thing also. Even though I am someone, Satya Bhutam iti. So my intrinsic nature is Sat, the truth. So even though my Nija Rupam, my one soul nature is this, and that is primarily is me, this is me. But what happened? He says, what is that? Advayaha, not only that. Chit Advayaha Anandam Arupam Akriyam. It's not only ordinary, I am Advaya non-dual. Anandam, happiness. Arupam, formless. And Akriyam means I am not a karta either. There is nothing to be done, no activities. Even though in reality, I am that. But what happens? Now because of association with this body-mind complex, mithya that to falsified body-mind complex. Now what happens? Now I am behaving differently. But I forget I have been given this body-mind complex for a purpose. Like in a drama, in a theatre, a person takes up a dress, a king role is being given, because generally there are people also, I noticed. In fact, I have seen also many people, they want to do the king role, not a beggar role. Because beggar doesn't have costume, you understand? And nowadays, everybody wants king role. Do you know why? To take photos. To upload in social media. Beggar photos nobody is going to upload, you understand? That's why in the marriage, that's the best time, okay? Everybody wants to be dressed like a prince. Because for life, after that you are going to be slave, okay? You understand? So we all want to be one day prince for life, okay? Take all photos as much as possible and every day look at those photos and smile. You understand? Especially boys will like this sort of statement, poor fellows, okay? Ladies also are equal, don't worry. It's not that only boys you are sufferer, ladies equal, you know? That's why this bride, they color and they do all the makeup and everything. Nowadays boys also doing, unfortunately, okay? So all these things, because later on, always you have to keep fighting and all the time doing the housework, homework, your finger, everything is gone, you understand? So both ways, it's not only men, women equal. What I am highlighting here is that how it happens. The body-mind complex association is for purpose. Instead of looking at that purpose, what we do, we always identify with body-mind complex, like the king role. After that, on the dais, if the person only behaves like king, doesn't do anything. Like politicians, they do it, okay? But there are capable of politicians, without doing anything because of hereditary and because of some other reason, they continue to be that, okay? That's another point, okay? So also, remember, being a king, if you do not play the role of the king in the drama, next time nobody is going to listen to you. Nobody is going to see you either. So also this body-mind complex. In reality, I am somebody. Now, when I have got body-mind complex, let me play the role and also get rid of this body-mind complex mentality. Continue as I am. More of it. We'll see on Monday. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.